what's going on, everybody? This is John Jake Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Gore Pirates Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp as well. Your Gore Pirates have been rolling through season number 3. It seems like with relative ease thus far. The Gore Pirates are undefeated, but we have a battle of opposites here yet again after we won our sectional opener. We're taking on the Newkirk Tigers, and the Tigers are not roaring along very well at all. Yes, they're C+ across the board, so on paper they should be as good as us, but it hasn't materialized. Newkirk has not won a single game yet this season, and part of that is because they don't have their starting quarterback. They've been rolling with their backup quarterback for quite some time now. They did almost win their first game of the season last week, but we've been rolling along, scoring 30+ in our last 3 games that we've had the opportunity to play in. So we're looking to come out here, show that we absolutely, positively mean some business. Let's see if we can come out there and get it done. Hopefully you guys are excited for this episode, though. I'm certainly am. And if you are, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button as well if you do have to be brand new to the channel. Let's not waste any more time, and let's jump right into this. Alright boys, so let's go ahead and get things officially underway, and we'll actually go ahead and start things out with Newkirk being forced to go 3 and out. So our dynamic returnman and corner and senior Dylan Barrettine, he's going to get the corner here real quick, going to get across the 50, finally gets pushed out of bounds, but our first drive of the game, well, we don't have to go very far at all. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. First offensive play of the game, RJ Valencia taking the carry up to the right-hand side and nearly picks up that first down as well. He picks up a gain of 8. As now, second and short now coming up. Thompson under shotgun. He's going to fire it out to RJ Valencia on the handoff, and it's a first down for your Gore Pirates. It seems crystal clear what the game plan is going to be at least starting out, and that is to really diminish and really demoralize that Newkirk defensive front 7, and so far it seems like it's working. Ran on nearly every play so far, as Thompson probably should have pitched it out to Mark Sasser there, but we still pick up that first down nonetheless. Freshman quarterback will make that pitch sometimes. You know, he's going to learn from that. Freshman is going to learn from those mistakes because he is a dynamic player, man. This is why I really love him in the starting lineup. He can make some dynamic plays for us as he leads a steady drive as RJ Valencia, oh, he almost finds the end zone. He is going to be marked just short. Just right outside of the goal line, though. Probably won't take too much to punch it in. And we were right on that. Tahoma Thompson is going to get the scoring started here as your Gore Pirates will take the lead. That being said, we do have a studio update before we dive back into the action. Number 1 team falls. The number 1 team is actually going to go down. McLeod pulls the upset. Olaso also beats Capitol Hill as Olaso is going to get back to 500 on the year, or at least over 500. But RJ Valencia did hurt himself on that last drive, so that does mean that Mark Sass is going to have to get some reps at that running back position. In the meantime, Newkirk's going to take this kickoff, actually brings it quite a ways, nearly gets across midfield, and they really needed that. They really needed that, considering we shut them down their first drive of the game. As now Newkirk will bring their offense out, still looking for their very first down of the entire game so far. We'll see if they can pick it up here as they have a second and short. Ortez has some time and fires over the middle to Cesar Fisk. Cesar Fisk is going to pick up that first down. And now Newkirk is officially in Gore territory. Time to lock on in here. Third and long. Ortiz has a little bit of time, fires over the middle, but it's going to be intercepted by LaQuince Cobb. LaQuince Cobb takes it a little bit, but he gets shaken up on the play. Might have gotten hurt there on the tackle. An incredible play, but at what cost? Meanwhile, that being said, we have a 1st and 10 coming up. Thompson's going to go ahead and line up under center yet again, as Thompson will hand it off to Mark Sasser. Mark Sasser getting his first carry of the day, nearly takes it for a first down. Could be a premium play action down if we want to do that, but instead trying to run again over to the right-hand side. This time it's snuffed out by Corbena Lewis. Corbena Lewis is going to break this a 3rd and long after nearly picking up the first down the previous play. So now we'll actually pass the football. Thompson over to the right-hand side, gets it out to Jody Gentry, takes a hit, but they will award us that first down anyways. As now, 1st and 10 coming out, as we'll head it back right onto the ground game. What a cut by Mark Sasser. There was not a lot of room for that particular run, so that was a really good cut there in order to create some extra yards out of that. However, we'll have more space to operate on this next one, as Scott Tanner is going to touch the football. That is one of the first meaningful carries that we've seen from Scott Tanner, one of your guys' customs, and a freshman in high school. You love to see him get some opportunities, as Mark Sasser will go ahead and pick up another first down for us. Meanwhile, last play of the first quarter. I mean, a lot of the same here. I mean, if they're having a hard time stopping it, why change the game plan? You know, nothing wrong with taking that most sure path of success, but that will finish up the first quarter as your 10th ranked Pirates have a lead. So now we go ahead and jump into the second quarter of action, and immediately we run into a critical 3rd down. Newkirk desperately wants to stop, and Thompson can't get there. And Tahoma Thompson does not have the room to operate. And so it leads us with 4th down, and you know what? Sometimes just got to risk it for a biscuit. We go with a play action, and it was well set up. Jake Durant, wide but naked open. Nobody went with him. Everyone thought it was going to be a run, but Jake Durant gets downed as well. There's been quite a few injuries for the Gore Pirates here, really testing the depth of our football team at the moment. Hopefully we can still finish the drive with a couple of starters now out of the game. As now we got a 3rd and 3 coming up. We're going to try it for Mark Sasser, trying to pick up this first down for us, but he will be stuffed in the backfield. And it looks who it is, Quandre Carroll, making his presence felt for the first time today. So that means Jake Hills will trot on out and will settle for a field goal, and that will help extend our lead. Your Gore Pirates will now be up 10-0. But we do force a 3 and out on the next possession. So not too long until we have our guys out onto the field once again, as Thompson's looking to drop back, facing some pressure, wants to go to Beef Wellington, but Beef Wellington is going to be demoralized as Johnson cuts that one off. I mean, one-on-one situation, but Artie Johnson is the one that ends up winning. That's what happens when you don't go to the ball on those type of throws. You can be intercepted on those out routes on the far side of the field. And now Newkirk does get set up at the 20-yard line already. A red zone opportunity, and Ortiz wanting to cash in right away, and he does. Touchdown Newkirk, and the Tigers are right back in it. They are going to pull to just a field goal against the number 10 team in the entire state of Oklahoma. So now, less than 2 minutes left to play in the half, and this is a critical one here. You know, we've been a little too cautious and conservative on offense, so let's see if we can actually try to push it down the field a little bit more, as Tahoma's just going to take off and run. Didn't like what he see upfield. Taking good care, or at least better care of the ball, I should say. And his help stops the clock. 1:07 left in the first half. Jody making a nice catch on the sideline. Gets out of bounds. If he really wanted, he could have punched it in there, but couldn't keep the feet in bounds long enough. So instead, Thompson trying to make something shake here. Trying to scramble to the right. And that also nearly gets intercepted. So now on a 2nd and goal, we'll look to run it with RJ Valencia, who does come back into the game, and RJ Valencia is going to score for your Gore Pirates. Another touchdown on the board. That leaves with 52 seconds left here in the first half, but Newkirk does have time, and they had a good last drive, able to take advantage of the turnover. We almost had one ourselves. Porter Lindstrom was able to get a hand on it. He couldn't squeeze the fingers, though. So, 2nd and 10 instead. Ortiz looking to the left, finds a receiver and Joseph Solopek. And Solopek will make this a 6-yard gain. Newkirk, interesting enough, will not use their timeouts, though. They are instead going to go into a no huddle. Ortiz looking over to the right-hand side, finds Mosley. Does get chopped down by Porter Lindstrom. But again, it's a new set of downs for the Tigers. Ortiz looking left, and it's going to be dropped. 4th down coming on up. And you know what? It figures that they don't have much to lose. So we're going to go for it. They're going to go for a Hail Mary to end the first half. We are in our man up 3 deep. The premium defense against the Hail Mary. Ortiz gets it off, but the senior is going to intercept it. Dalton trying to cut it back. He couldn't get enough blocks, but Dalton Barrettine will send us into halftime with a 17-7 lead. Been playing with our food a little bit too much. But let's see if we can come out here in this second half. And let's see if we can come in for the kill. Thompson's going to start the second half being a little bit more aggressive. Actually throwing and find Jake Durant. Turns out his injury was a little bit more of a stinger. So we'll have him back into the game quickly. And then we're just going to let these tight ends cook. Joe Mitchell is also going to get open on the perimeter as well. Would love to see him go upfield a little bit more. Not sure if he was actually in bounds or not. So going to go ahead and move into a no huddle. To get this off quickly. And one Joe Mitchell, but just couldn't get enough air under it. So that last play does end up standing. So you love to see it. And now we'll go back to our ground game. Let RJ Valencia cook. RJ Valencia does pick up the first down there. He'll pick up a gain of 12. And then on the very next run, Mark Sasser gets another carry, even though he has been relegated back to that backup running back position with the return of RJ Valencia. But a reasonable 3rd down coming on up. 3rd and 5, looking to pass for the first down as Thompson looks to the left. Wants to throw, and it's going to be incomplete. Waylon Haynes gets his hand on the ball, and now we face yet another 4th down conversion. Can we pick up this 4th down yet again? We're 1 for 1 so far today. They send the blitz, and finds Beef Wellington open on the one-on-one. He wins the matchup, and his first catch of the game goes for 25. Couple of plays later, Thompson looking to scramble, though, and Thompson makes a couple of guys miss. There is not a lot of quarterbacks in this state that could make a run like that. And hey, we got ourselves one of those quarterbacks after all. So, that being said, what we got going on here is a 24-7 lead. Defense playing pretty well overall. Outside of the interception that led to a touchdown the other way, this defense has been playing at an extremely high level, but maybe showing some cracks here a little bit in the second half, letting Caleb Ortiz run it a little bit more. He was effective when he got a chance to run the ball, but he didn't run it that much at all. But hard to run the ball, or at least justify running the ball when it's a 3rd and 10. Thankfully, he will find a receiver who ends up going backwards. Joseph Solopek, instead of fighting for the first down, he goes backwards. So, that leads to him having to go and punt this ball away. And now we got a chance at it once again. We got our star running back, RJ Valencia, back in the backfield once again. Having some somewhat difficult time finding space. He's only averaging a little under 5 yards a carry. Let's see if he can get up the 2 that matters. Thompson runs up the gut and finds RJ Valencia. And RJ Valencia is going to get that first down. Meanwhile, 1st and 10 coming up. Thompson under center is going to drop back. Finds Jody Gentry on the curl pattern. And he will be shoved out of bounds. But will be across midfield as well. 2nd and 7 now. Coming up, Thompson again handing it off. RJ Valencia going to work in the trenches. Setting up another 3rd and short. We've been solid on 3rd downs today. Not a liquid or a gas, but a solid 3rd down team. And that will continue with yet another 1st down, courtesy of RJ Valencia. So another new set of downs to work through as Thompson steadily trying to lead his guys downfield. Finds Joe Mitchell, who nearly picks up the 1st down and can't bring her in. Well, at least can't bring the 1st down in. 3rd and inches instead, a spot that we love to be in, really opens up the playbook. But hey, how about we just go back to that reliable RJ Valencia, just working himself steadily down the field. And it does bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter, where we do have a sizable lead at this point of 24-7. Now, we go ahead and jump into the final quarter of action. Let's see who we can cook up here in this final quarter. Thompson looks over the middle, finds the fullback in J.C. McCoy. He's got that fullback starting job, took it from Mason Smith. And so we got a chance to possibly score, and we will. Touchdown Pirates, and Jody Gentry will make it 31-7. That is just sheer will and determination, taking on multiple defenders. But speaking of that sheer will and determination, their few had that as well, as they pull off a huge upset. Edmond Santa Fe does avoid that upset trap as well. Now, back to our game. We're up 31-7. And this could be an interesting drive. If we could finish with another touchdown on this drive, then that could also open up the door for us to possibly get our backups in here, get them a little bit of playtime experience. That being said, Tahoma Thompson looking to throw on 1st and 10 and does find Joe Mitchell once again. Working on the 10 toes down movement wasn't necessary because he did have enough space. But a couple of plays later, though, Thompson looks over the middle, finds Jody Gentry, and Jody will pick up yet another 1st down. Gentry having a solid game today. 5 catches, 70 yards. We'll see if we could find him again on the screen. Going for it on 3rd and 7. And Gentry, does he make it? No! He does not make it, surprisingly enough. And you know what? Thought about going forward here, but we're already up by 20 plus. You know, let's be a decent sport about it, as Newkirk is starting to use their timeouts as we speak. But we're going to be up 34-7. Can't complain about it, even though would have absolutely preferred for us to finish that with a touchdown. But a commanding lead for your Gore Pirates nonetheless, as Newkirk has the ball yet again. Funk takes it to the outside, is able to fight over one defender. Jonah Funk does get it to, looks like about the 40-yard line. You see the lockdown defenses. Biggest difference for us is, one, we've been able to force more turnovers, and also we have been able to get to this quarterback. Ortiz has been sacked 3 times today, mostly on those free and outs that you haven't had an opportunity to see, because I mean, free and outs, you know, no one's really riding from home. But Ortiz going to try to scramble yet again, and he'll take another sack. This time it's Chase Henry, and Chase Henry has been killing that right tackle today. He has 3 sacks on the ball game. But that was not a run that you wanted to see on 2nd down, though. Should have had him behind the line of scrimmage. Still a long 3rd down, but a much more manageable 3rd down because of it, though. 3rd and 8 coming up. Ortiz in the shotgun, starting to run out of time quickly. And Leon Wilson is going to slam the door shut. Leon Wilson getting the interception, showing those natural ball skills that won that free safety job in spring ball. And that's going to do it here, guys. The Gore Pirates are going to win this one 34-7. Them boys were playing hard. They were playing well. I mean, just a borderline complete performance with a couple of mistakes here or there, but you really can't complain. We definitely showed why we are the number 10 team in the state right now. And the craziest thing about this game today was that we didn't even do anything too exotic. We just plain went out there and executed long, methodical drives today. And it showed in a kind of our strategy today. Tahoma Thompson did not have the ball as much in this game, but he was still efficient. 15 for 20, 211. Touchdown, did throw that interception on the ground too. Nobody topping 100 yards on the ground, but RJ Valencia was the closest. He had 22 carries for 85 yards. Mark Sasser stepped in pretty well when RJ Valencia was hurt. Tahoma Thompson did have 2 rushing touchdowns, however. But someone that did have a pretty nice day today was Jody Gentry. Jody Gentry was borderline unguardable out there. He had 6 catches for 77 yards and a touchdown. And it was a pretty fundamentally sound game from our receivers as well. Only had 1 drop on the day. And of course, our guys weren't really on the field much defensively, and I love to see that. So, a few guys ended up with 5 tackles, and that was Porter Lindstrom and Jamie Fletcher. Chase Henry wasn't too far behind with 4 tackles himself, but Chase Henry made himself very well acquainted with that quarterback on the other side, though. He did not breathe at all today. Chase Henry led the team in sacks with 3 total, and then Jamie Fletcher was able to get involved with a sack too. Plus, Ballhawks all over our secondary. We had Dalton Barrentine, who had that interception towards the end of the first half, and yes, it was a Hail Mary, but Leon Wilson and Waquins Cobb, they also were able to pick this quarterback off as well. Could have had a 4th turnover too if Chase Henry's forced fumble could have been recovered by somebody, but defense, I think, arguably played its very best game of the entire season, even though offensively it was a little bit sluggish at times. So overall, good game, but not a great game for us by any means. So another impressive win for your Gore Pirates does end up meaning that we surge up from number 10 up to the number 7 position in the Max Preps polls. So Max Preps is very high on your Gore Pirates. But the best thing about us being 6-0 right now is that we have an opportunity to go to 7-0. Next episode, we will keep things going. We are taking on Piedmont in the next episode. First time in a couple of games, we actually are facing a team that has won games coming into our matchup. So it'll be really interesting to see how the approach will be in that next episode. Last couple of games, we tried some new things, went a little bit different in terms of our strategy. And I like what I saw in those last couple of games. So, something that we could pull out of the bag later. But I'll leave that for the very next episode, though. But I hope you enjoyed today's matchup against the hapless squad of Newkirk. If you did, make sure you go ahead and smack that like button. Hit that subscribe button as well if you do have to be brand new to the channel. This is John Shake Gaming on the mic signing off, but hoping you guys are all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.